Hey, feels right. Feels right, man.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
From where I'm sitting, how good the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be this year depends on their offensive line. Left tackle Cole Miller was back to himself at the end of last season after he struggled out the gate due to an off-season shoulder surgery, so the Raiders are good there. Right tackle Theron Munford was injured last year, and DJ Glaze, who's more cut out to be a guard, took his place. I think a healthy Munford's going to take his spot back this year, so the Raiders are good there. Then there's Jackson Powers Johnson, who started out at guard last year before we saw how dominant he is at center. Guard was a weakness on that offensive line coming into this offseason, so GM John Spytek brought in Alex Kappa, his guy from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to play one guard spot. Before the draft, it looked like Dylan Parham was going to compete with Glaze, who's also still competing at right tackle for the other guard spot. But with the second of their third round picks, the Raiders took Caleb Rogers. He's actually reminiscent of Kappa, so you can see why Spytek picked him. Like Kappa, he was a tackle in college, but his arms were a little too short to play the position in the NFL, so the Raiders are moving him to guard. Alright, we start with the bad. There he is at right tackle. Arm length matters, not just in pass protection, but in the run game too. When you're playing against a longer-armed edge rusher in the run game, it's easier for them to bench press you and get rid of you. You really don't want the arm length disadvantage in the run game though. It'll have your quarterback in all kinds of trouble. When the edge rusher has longer arms and he has you in this position, he can get you with the push-pull easily, and that's what he gets Rodgers with here. Oh man, this rep right here really wasn't a good look for him. He threw a no-hitter. Here Rodgers is going to lunge at where he thinks the edge rusher is going to be, but he's not going to be there. He's going to cut inside of him. Now we're on to the good. Rodgers is a good run blocker. Here he's engaged with his man and he's already pushed him 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. If you can get your running back 2 yards before he gets touched, you've done well. This play would have gone somewhere if the rest of the offensive line blocked as well as Rodgers did. Rodgers has some power to him. Watch him crash down on the defensive lineman here. Look at that. He took his man out of this play. He has been eliminated from contention of making this tackle. The running back's going to get a chance to go one-on-one with the safety here, and he's going to disappoint. On this one, he's going to crash down on the nose tackle and make a hole. Look at that. He's in complete control of that big, nasty nose tackle. Seeing that gives you confidence that he can handle life on the interior. Guard is definitely the spot for him. Rodgers is also a good position blocker that can turn you. Look at that. You can see he's still using power, but he got his feet around to get position. So you could say he won this block on account of his power and positioning. So he easily gets outside of it, but can't shake the corner that comes up to make the tackle. Alright, watch him get in position here. Alright, he didn't use as much power there, but did you see what a good job he did getting his feet around? And as a result, he gets the seal for his quarterback and he gets a nice gain out of it. Alright, here comes another piece of good position blocking. Look at that right there. He engaged, got his feet around, and he has that edge sealed. And there's no chance this man makes the tackle near the line of scrimmage. As a matter of fact, that's a well-blocked play, so the running back's going to get somewhere. Alright, here we got a combo off to the linebacker coming. And there you have it. He made it to his man on the second level, and there's a huge hole to run through. And here's another one-on-one opportunity with the safety for this running back. And he can't quite make it through this arm tackle. On this one, the second level block is going to come to him. Rodgers got off his first block just in time to catch the blitzing linebacker. You know what happens when a linebacker blitzes and he doesn't catch you in the backfield, right? A big hole is left for you to run through, and he does here. And here comes another combo off onto the linebacker. Bang, the block is there, and all the running back has to do is hit it right there, but he doesn't. He tried to take it to the other side and had no luck. He got hemmed in there. That must be a freshman running back or something. Okay, comboing up to the linebacker again. This one's kind of out in space, but he gets just enough of his man to spring the running back. The running back then turns on the jets to get outside for a nice gain. Oh, he can pull, which bodes well for him moving a guard. Yeah, you don't want to give Rodgers a running start at you. There he just served up a pancake like IHOP. I sure can use some chocolate chip pancakes with chocolate chip syrup and whipped cream right about now. Here he's pulling again. Oh, he sees who he's gonna hit now. It's a guy that's about to shed a block from another guy. And boy, let me tell you, he about to get dealt with. Yeah, that ain't even right. Oh. Now here he is in pass protection. He picked up an interior defensive lineman on that play and used a snatch move on him. Being at guard now, he's gonna have to get used to those interior defensive linemen. Here he has an interior defensive lineman lined up right in front of him. He fights in the phone booth with him, and then bam, that snatch move again. It looks like he's the only one who did his job on that play, and the result is an incompletion. There seems to be a lot of those plays, both run and pass. Alright, they move the running back to the other side of the quarterback. And now he has his man locked up on the edge. That helps to give the quarterback all day to throw. Maybe he'd be okay as a backup tackle. Now here's one game I have with him at guard. Alright, you see he's on his way to his man there, and he is going to remove him from the hole. The back's going to come underneath it, and he would have had a bigger gain if other guys would have done their job. Here he's pulling to his right again. Alright, he finally found someone to hit and got a piece of him. The running back would have had a nice hole had he been able to cut underneath it, but not enough of the Texas Tech offensive linemen did their job on this play. Alright, here it is again, he's pulling to his right. Alright, he's zeroing in on his man now. The safety came up to take on this block, and what are the odds that works out well for him? Not very good. Rodgers gets his man, and the running back should have got more out of this one. Alright, he's going up on the linebacker on this one. Alright, Rodgers does a good job of getting to the linebacker, and the running back has a choice of holes to run through. He picks the one off to his right, and that was the right one because he gets a big gain out of this one. Here he's going to do a good job of walling his man off. And there it is. The best spot you could be in as a blocker is for the man to have to go through you to make the tackle. As you see, no one's going through Rodgers here, and the running back's off to a nice gain. Alright, now they're near the goal line where everyone has an attitude. As a running back, when in doubt, find Rodgers and you're likely to get in that end zone. He does, and you know what? He gets in that end zone. Now here he is in pass protection. Like guards so often do in pass protection depending on the formation, Rodgers is just looking for someone to help out on since he doesn't have a man himself, and he finds work helping the center. Alright, here we go again with the pass set. And there it is, the stunt comes and he has no problem picking it up. And of course that helps his quarterback get this completion off to his receiver. On this one he's going to pull for protection across the formation. Alright, he has his man and everyone else has theirs. It means the quarterback has time to go deep. He's going to do that too, and you know what? It's going to be a touchdown. Guard was a weak spot for the Raiders earlier this offseason. Then of course Spytek went out and got his boy Kappa to play one of the guard spots. Then he addressed it again with the second of his third round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. And you just saw him, Rodgers. And you can see he fits the mold of Kappa, whom Spytek helped pick back in Tampa Bay. He loves to take those college tackles with short arms and move them inside the guard. You can't argue with the result of Kappa, at least not in Tampa Bay. So now we'll see if he can beat Parham and Glaze out for one of those guard spots. Thank you for watching. See you next time.